Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cincinnati, Ohio, 195 pounds, Aaron Williams. Weighs in at 180 pounds, hails from Waco, Texas. Now welcome, Dustin Rays.
Action starting underway with our special pre-show here at IWC's Night of Legends. We're looking at Dustin Rays versus Aaron Williams, a couple of young standouts from the Midwest. I am Joe Dombrowski. Welcome you to these exclusive contests. A great day every single time the International Wrestling Cartel does its salute to past, present, and future here in Franklin, Pennsylvania. A brand new high school for us and a couple of brand new stars. It's Dustin Rays with the go-behind on astonishing Aaron Williams. Two individuals, as I mentioned, standouts in the Midwest, Ohio, Indiana, and the like. Impressed the right individuals as part of IWC management, and as a result, they're here as a special added unadvertised attraction. Stephen Coulter, the official, signed this contest. Of course, the officials going old school as well with the bow ties. You have to appreciate the tradition and respect that comes with IWC. Right now, it's Aaron Williams, the man who refers to himself as astonishing, with the side headlock on Dustin Rays. There you see the counter by Rays. Rays considers himself the messiah of a new age, and certainly that's quite a prophecy to live up to. We'll see if he does here in his debut in the International Wrestling Cartel. Aaron Williams quickens the tempo and takes Rays down with the arm drag takeover, followed through drop kick as well, and Dustin Rays is on the outside. I've had the pleasure and fortune of seeing these two athletes on many occasions before in other regional promotions. It'll be great to see them here tonight, and as we see, the chase is on as Dustin Rays may be thinking better about this whole situation. Dustin Rays able to outsmart Aaron Williams. On top with the lateral press, count of one, and that's all he's going to get Reyes smartly into the reverse chin lock. Dustin Rays pressing the advantage on Aaron Williams. A couple of young veterans. Aaron Williams has captured several regional championships in the Midwest, won some rather high-profile tournaments in the Midwest as well, but certainly there's no preparation that compares to competing in the International Wrestling Cartel, particularly on a regular basis. But right now, Rays just trying to ground Aaron Williams. Aaron Williams likes to utilize a kicking and striking type game in his arsenal, has not had that opportunity to do so yet. But there you see the first strike. The first kick by Aaron Williams, and if Williams can strike like that, he has the advantage. The roll-up did not get all of it, tried to trap the arm, and you see Reyes was able to escape easier, and you saw the clothesline slow down the tempo once again. Near fall situation, Aaron Williams, no doubt the quicker of the two, not by much, but Williams does have an offensive explosion that he's looking to unleash here. We touched on the striking game. We have not seen much of it here this evening. Of course, our legends are here. Our fans are still filing in. A night of pageantry, a night of spectacle here tonight for IWC's Night of Legends. In the ring, both men regain the vertical base. Aaron Williams hits the jawbreaker. Follow through. There you see more striking by the astonishing one, and Aaron Williams now has some momentum. Duck of the clothesline again. German suplex. All impact by Aaron Williams, and Dustin Ray's now is reeling. Dustin Ray's trying to fight his way off here from Aaron Williams' grasp.
5 minutes.
Ring announcer Chuck Roberts extraordinaire, the best in the business, alerting our fans of the time expired. Aaron Williams pushes Dustin Ray's away. Williams with a cross body, beautifully done, gracefully done, and that's going to be a count of 3. Aaron Williams victorious in his IWC debut.
Here is your winner, Aaron Williams.
An astonishing performance from the Midwest standout Aaron Williams. He is victorious over Dustin Ray's here in our first matchup of what's going to be a night to remember. It's going to be a night of legends. Aaron Williams is victorious.
Following contest is a Super Indy 8 qualifying match set for 1 fall and a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from the boardwalk in Wildwood, New Jersey, weighing at 180 pounds, CJ Sensation.
Our friends here in Franklin, Pennsylvania are going to be privy to the final Super Indy 8 qualifying matchup, the biggest Super Indy tournament on record. There will be 12 entrants this year. Seat number 12 will be filled in just moments.
His opponent, about to make his way to the ring from House Canyon, Idaho, weighing at 170 pounds, Jason Gorey.
Jason Gorey is one man with all the motivation to succeed. Jason Gorey is a former IWC Super Indy champion, a former tag champion. But not only was Jason Gorey the youngest Super Indy champion in the history of IWC, he was also the shortest reigning, having only held that title for about an hour before having to surrender to tournament winner Larry Sweeney. But the action starts off very quickly thus far, as Jason Gorey, as we said, a man on a mission to fill that 12th and final spot. But mind you, CJ Sensation, who recently regained his job some weeks ago, was a participant in the first Super Indy tournament, where he was on the receiving end of a memorable beating from Rowe. And just listen to the star-studded list of talent that is going to be involved in Super Indy. As you see action spilling on the outside, Sensation is down early. And check out the aggression of Jason Gorey. Gorey's usually about a more aerialistic, faster-paced offense, but right now it's all aggression, it's all fisticuffs by Jason Gorey right now with Sensation. And CJ sends Gorey face first into the middle turnbuckle. And CJ Sensation continue to press the advantage, but listen to the field we have so far. Super Hentai, the winner of Super Indy 1. Classic Colt Cabana, the winner of Super Indy 2. Fabulous John McChesney, the Super Indy 4 winner and the most decorated champion on record. Delirious, who won Super Indy 5 and is a 2-time title holder. Davey Richards, a Super Indy 6 finalist. The Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels, a Super Indy 1 finalist. The legendary innovator of aerial offense, Too Cold Scorpio. There's a cover in the ring and near fall. Also Justin Idol, one half of the most decorated tag team dynasty in IWC history. Elijah Burke, the silver-tongued pugilist. The youngster Michael Facade, Joey Magnum Ryan from the West Coast, and whoever wins this matchup between Gorey and Sensation, it might be Gorey 2.5. Whichever one of these men win, they will join the final field of 12. Each man has history in the Super Indy tournaments. Will this be the lucky year for one of these athletes? CJ illegally choking Jason Gorey, and with all the news and controversy that's been surrounding Gorey's frequent tag team partner Shiima Xion. Shiima Xion has lost the IWC Championship, but recaptured it some time ago. In addition, we saw Shiima announce that he didn't want to work in this organization anymore. He signed a contract with AAA in Mexico. Shiima fulfilling what I believe is his last contractual commitment here this evening. But it's time for Jason Gory to start a new phase of his career as well, because Shiima may not be long for the IWC world, and Jason Gory elevated high and hits face first. The snapshot gets the cover hook of the leg, but only a count of 2. Keep in mind what the Super Indy Tournament has done. It's helped propel careers of men like Colt Cabana, who went on to WWE, Chris Sabin, who went on to TNA greatness, Super Hentai, who went on to tour Japan, and there is the QAS right on the surgically repaired neck, but credit to CJ, is able to kick out. Jason Gory has lightning fast offense. He is without a doubt the quickest athlete on this roster, which will be a big favorable advantage in Super Indy. Mind you, the show-stealing performance Gory had with Jerry Lynn last year, but Gory went for the 450, but nobody home. CJ Sensation measures his adversary. Could be time for the kidnapper, but Gory puts the brakes on. A quick roll-up, and Jason Gory was a step ahead of Sensation.
Your winner and advancing to the Super Indy 8 tournament, Jason Gory.
Jason Gory enters what I believe will be his 3rd Super Indy tournament. Coming up this May, it's May 15th and 16th. For the first time ever, it's 2 nights. For the first time ever, it's 12 men. But they're still competing for just 1 championship. Who will come out on top? The current champion is scheduled to be involved, along with the best of the best from around the country and beyond. Jason Gory adds his name to the field of 12, adds his name to the 8th annual Super Indy Tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for 1 fall and a 20-minute time limit. Introducing to you first, hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing at 175 pounds, the self-professed megastar,
Certainly, the amply mustached Marion Fontaine making his first appearance in the International Wrestling Cartel U-Band, but someone I'm very familiar with in my travels over the years. Marion Fontaine has amassed a great reputation in a number of high-profile promotions, but now he has made it to the cream of the crop. He has made it to IWC. And now the cult hero of IWC, the perpetual pervert of Pittsburgh, is ready to grace Franklin with his presence.
Here's Duggan, raising at 190 pounds, he's delicious, Jimmy DeMarco.
The Duke of Debauchery, delicious Jimmy DeMarco, was able to outsmart the baddest man in IWC when he conned Rowe into believing Rowe had to defend the championship against Shiima. The plan worked, the match was sanctioned, and Shiima won the IWC championship, and now he may be taking it to international. And Jimmy DeMarco is also a man that's no stranger to Marion Fontaine, the megastar. I've seen these individuals face off in some of the most unique and bizarre circumstances I've seen anywhere in professional wrestling. But with the role that Jimmy DeMarco has been on these past several months, and with the unlikely and perhaps even ironic fan appreciation that he's gained, can anybody stunt the momentum of Dr. Delicious? Fontaine may not be much to look at as far as a physique, but certainly he has all the tools of the trade to go very, very far in any organization he chooses to associate himself with. And Fontaine, as I'm sure you detected by his entrance, is not short on confidence. But not the warm reception he perhaps may have hoped for here in Franklin, Pennsylvania, as Marion Fontaine cinches in on the arm and wrist. Early on against Delicious Jimmy DeMarco. DeMarco certainly got one over on Rowe, got one over on the promoter Norm Connors as well a couple of weeks ago, and accept no limitations. And it seems like DeMarco's popularity continues to grow and grow as these months progress. At this point last year, DeMarco was probably the most hated man on the roster. Fontaine gets to his feet, but that's not how you win a wrestling match. Jimmy DeMarco continues to press the advantage. Marion Fontaine looks like he's straight out of a bygone decade. And his looks may be rearranged even further after that back elbow by Jimmy DeMarco. DeMarco has severed his ties from the family, out on his own now. Fontaine elevated over the top rope and is a step ahead of DeMarco. Fontaine springs in, but DeMarco able to catch Fontaine in a very sensitive position, and Marion Fontaine gets brought back inside the ring the hard way. Fontaine begging off. DeMarco, atomic drop coming up. Right on the tailbone, and well, maybe got a little bit more while he's at it. Certainly not the way Marion Fontaine wanted to start his IWC career. He can't even run because, well, he's manhood's been hurt. Side Russian leg sweep. We have a cover in the ring. And Bobby Williams, the official assigned this contest now, is able to find two. Marco. Reverse here, and Fontaine with a butt, but with the already damaged tailbone. It may be bruised, but I'm not going to inspect. That certainly took a lot out of the megastar as well. Cover in the ring again, and a count of... That was only one that time. Fontaine not doing so well as far as the covers go. Fontaine with a back elbow and a very un-Stan Hansen-like elbow drop. Not exactly straight out of Texas, but it does get a count of two and does do its damage on Jimmy DeMarco. Keep in mind all this great action we're seeing right now in Franklin, but it's just the pre-show here at Rocky Grove High School. And Fontaine, I'm not going to comment on that visual, but Marion Fontaine applying a claw of sorts to the pectoral muscles of Jimmy DeMarco. Fontaine able to roll through out of the corner. Nicely done. A mule kick, and Fontaine drops down and catches DeMarco right in the jaw with the toe of the foot. This could be it here, but no, count of two. Near fall this time. Great innovation by Marion Fontaine.
5 minutes has elapsed in this contest. 5 minutes.
Fontaine sends DeMarco head first into each turnbuckle. Gonna make it 4. DeMarco puts the brakes on. Each man have a counter for the other's counter. And well, DeMarco just cut out the middleman and just drilled Fontaine. And now DeMarco going to carry out his own introduction of the four corners of the IWC ring. And Fontaine going to get really close to the acquainted with the final one. DeMarco, maybe time to go high risk. DeMarco rolls through. Fontaine attempted a leg lariat. DeMarco went for the C4, and Fontaine hits the super kick, hits the leg lariat. DeMarco is down. This could be time for Fontaine to unleash the Gambino. Beautifully done, but nobody home. DeMarco is back up and on the warpath. Watch Fontaine though, but DeMarco with the C4. Fontaine is down. Jimmy DeMarco picks up the victory.
Here is your winner, delicious Jimmy DeMarco.
Jimmy DeMarco continues his role as a major impact player in IWC. DeMarco not only heavily influenced the IWC Championship picture, really heavily influences anything anywhere he goes, but also defeated Marion Fontaine in Fontaine's IWC debut. Dr. Delicious wins, the doctor is in, but what's next for Jimmy DeMarco?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team attraction is set for one fall in a 20-minute time limit. Introducing to you first, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing at 230 pounds, Logan Shulo.
We're taking a look at Logan Shulo, the least experienced member of the IWC roster, but you wouldn't know it from watching him. Logan Shulo, very well put together, great agility, great power, and he's come along leaps and bounds in the under 1 year he's been competing in the International Wrestling Cartel.
His partner, raising up 185 pounds. He roams the streets at night, creeping while you sleep. Michael, the Bomber Facade.
Mr. Facade and Mr. Shulo had a tremendous best-of-3 series over the past 3 IWC live events. Their final meeting led to Michael Facade capturing a spot in Super Indy 8's tournament. But in that course of that series, Facade as well as Shulo gained a mutual respect for one another. And it led to this tag team being formed. But they are facing the most well-decorated tag team dynasty in the history of IWC. Sexual harassment dynasty, as I believe, captured 5 or 6 IWC tag team championships. Certainly the Idol Ecstasy combination of that dynasty has done very well in tag team gold as well. But Justin Idol accepted an opportunity in Super Indy 8. It was Norm Connor's plan to try to break up a team that he didn't feel properly represented the company that he tried so hard to run like a tight ship. However, when Idol accepted, and you really can't blame Idol for doing so, Ecstasy was supportive and wanted to see his partner advance to the Super Indy Championship. That shows you the close bond that exists between Ecstasy and Idol, and this, our final pre-show matchup before we start our main Night of Legends festivities, certainly features 4 men who can headline any live event around the country. And Ecstasy and Idol still have some kinks to get worked out in their relationship, which, as Justin Idol reminds me time and time again, every time I see him, is strictly platonic. I don't really see Eric Ecstasy a lot. He's usually in a dark corner talking to my colleague Jay Worthington Farnsworth, or perhaps helping him put his singlet on, but I won't touch that. Jay Worthington Farnsworth is not with us this evening. I'm not sure why. He tried to feed me some type of story about going down to Mexico with Shiima Xion, but Shiima Xion has not left for Mexico yet, so there has to be something suspicious with Mr. Farnsworth's story. Can't say as I'm surprised. Center of the ring right now, it's Logan Shulo tying up with Justin Idol. Idol the quicker of the sexual harassment team, while Shulo would be the power of his team. And mind you, this is the first time, to my knowledge, that Shulo and Facade have teamed up. You gotta wonder how well they're gonna know one another. And you gotta wonder how they're gonna compete against the experience of sexual harassment, especially Eric Ecstasy, a tag team specialist. It's Logan Shulo now firing away. Idol's able to reverse. The hip block is countered, and Shulo takes Idol down. Gotta wonder what's going through Justin Idol's mind. Idol competed as a singles wrestler for the better part of a decade before teaming with Eric Ecstasy, but it's been quite some time since Idol's been a regular in singles competition. A miscue by harassment. You gotta wonder how Idol will adjust from tag team to singles. And you gotta wonder how Ecstasy will adjust to that great drop kick. And I don't think anyone is going to adjust well to that. I can almost hear Farnsworth now denying questions of his orientation. Harassment wants to regroup. Check out the springboard by Facade! Off the back of Shulo. Great height of the tope and hilo. And that's Michael Facade, ladies and gentlemen, at his finest. The bomber just dropped a proverbial bomb from the heavens onto sexual harassment on the outside. And in the ring, it's Logan Shulo capitalizing on Eric Ecstasy right now. And now, unique tandem offense as Shulo elevates Facade down into a modified splash for 2.5. And what a major momentum boost it would be for Michael Facade. May 15th, May 16th, he's entering the most important night of his career. He has pinned Super Indy champions before, has Michael Facade. But to become champion on this night, on May 15th and 16th, he will have to survive 11 other men. A win here for Facade is pivotal in building momentum. You can say the same for Idol. And check out the leaping ability of Shulo, who's about 6'2" or 3 and north of 250, I believe. And now it's Shulo and Idol, center of the ring. Shulo utilizing his power, but check this out. Facade tagged in. A springboard corkscrew splash gets 2 and no. Michael Facade, you can tell Facade's intensity, his focus is up an extra series of notches, with Super Indy 8 not far away. Justin Idol is finding that out the hard way as well. Check out the springboard, but Idol had it scouted. And this could very well be a matchup in Super Indy 8. Idol and Facade, but Idol makes the exchange to the bisexual bulldozer, Eric Ecstasy. Ecstasy. Facade with headbutts, inverted DDT, deep hook of the leg for 2. Ecstasy focusing on that famed
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
That famed external occipital protuberance of Michael Facade. Ecstasy smartly trying to slow down the tempo and pace of this matchup. Ecstasy cannot wrestle a Michael Facade style pace, but he can ground the man and he can outpower the man. Facade trying to fight his way to his corner. The Idol tags. Back suplex. Cover, this could be all now. What are we seeing first? Facade trying to get that adrenaline pumping. Facade firing back, but Justin Idol firmly in control, and you can hear the impact of the boot squarely to the base of the spine. Eric gets back in, keeping Facade neutralized, cutting off the ring at its hypotenuse. And the systematic dissection of Facade may end with that assisted bulldog. But Logan Shulo's temper had the official distracted, and now Shulo interrupts the fall. Logan Shulo letting his temper get the better of him for a moment. Facade, oh wait a second, big miscue. Idol ducked the heel kick, and Facade accidentally collided with Shulo. And Shulo's dazed, and Justin Idol capitalized. And I don't know. Near fall. That was about as close to 3 as you can get without hearing a bell. And even Idol is surprised he did not pin his fellow Super Indy 8 tournament entrant. Idol head of steam. Facade bringing off the second turnbuckle. Connects with a martial arts style kick. Facade blends high flying, martial arts, and traditional mat wrestling so well. But right now, he needs to add tag to that repertoire and fast. Really get it. Shulo's right there. What? Shulo just short-armed Facade. Doesn't Shulo realize that that kick to the head was an accident? And Facade is left alone to the wolves. Harassment, 2-on-1. You can't blame them for picking a spot. A choke slam. Idol with the pin, and that's it.
Here are your winners, the team of Justin Idol, Eric Ecstasy, Sexual Harassment.
While Sexual Harassment get the win, the crowd doesn't like the way they did it. I can't blame them, but then again, you can't blame Sexual Harassment for trying to pick up the victory. They had an opportunity, an unfortunate set of circumstances that was presented before them, and they did what any good tag team would do, and they capitalized on it, and they got the victory. I gotta feel bad for Michael Facade. I thought there was mutual respect between the two, Facade and Logan, but it seems that miscue caused a rift once again. But Michael Facade, he has the Super Indy 8 tournament spot. So does Justin Idol, and Idol has the momentum of the two.
Make some noise, Franklin P. Are you guys ready? Because IWC presents Night of the Legends 5. There's only one way to start the main show here tonight, and that's for each and every one of you to stand up on your feet. Come on now, everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. We're going to count down from 10. When we hit 0, our good friend Tony is to the horizon, hits record, and our DJ hits play. Everybody together in unison. 10, 9, 8, 7. Hey.
What is this? We do this intro every show. What's the problem? This is standard protocol. Boss on another power trip here? What is this?
This is my show. I say when it starts.
He's been manipulating the talent, manipulating the fans for his own personal gain. Ignoring what the fans want, doing what he wants. He has chosen
I've
one.
been bringing Night of the Legends here for years.
That's true, since 2004.
And quite frankly, I'm tired of seeing your ugly faces.
That's hideous.
It is a pleasure for all the legends and all the wrestlers to be here tonight, but it's an outright embarrassment for me to have to be here tonight.
All of a sudden, he's too good for half his roster, half his fan base.
Be that as it may, we're starting this show off right. My way. Ladies and gentlemen, accompanied by the IWC Heavyweight Champion, Leroux.
That is a falsehood.
He is from Cleveland, Ohio. Might I say, a real town. Weighing in at a slim, trim, fit, 215 pounds, Mr. Shane Taylor. You hit his music.
What's he gonna start calling him a playboy next? Get out of here. Raymond was not the IWC champion. Lost the championship to Shiima Xion in an impromptu matchup in our last show that did have a verbally binding contractual agreement towards it. Regardless of the circumstances, regardless of whether or not Rowe was duped into it by Jimmy DeMarco and his wink-wink authority, the fact remains Shiima Xion defeated Rowe. Rowe, obviously, without belt in hand. Rowe will have a chance to regain that champion tonight. The rematch will be Rowe versus Shiima Xion in this broadcast, what I believe is Shiima's final contractual obligation before wrestling for the AAA promotion in Mexico. McChesney has stared into the face of adversity many, many times before. I think now more so than ever, we are witnessing the re-emergence and the rebirth of the old fabulous John McChesney. The John McChesney that won Super Indy 4. The John McChesney that pinned Loki. The John McChesney that dove over the top of a 15-foot high cage to defeat the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. McChesney has realized the error of his ways. It's no longer a crony and a puppet for the recently quitting Dennis Gregory. Gregory no longer part of this fine organization on his own volition. And McChesney looks in great shape. He looks to be in the right frame of mind. And he will need to be in the largest Super Indy tournament ever, next month, Super Indy 8. McChesney as one of the first 4 prior winners in the tournament. Himself, Super Anti, Colt Cabana, Delirious. He will receive a bye. And you heard McChesney motion a moment ago towards this broadcast location. McChesney made himself. Norm Connors did not make John McChesney, which is a true statement. Norm Connors gave the platform for everybody to succeed. He opened the door, but all of the great members of this roster busted through that door on their own. And Norm seems to forget that. Norm thinks that men like Shiima Xion and Jimmy DeMarco, who have worked as hard, if not harder, than anybody on this by-God roster, that they are not deserving of main event status. That is dead wrong. Norm Connors and his chosen ones and his political maneuverings do not have a place here. And it's great to see John McChesney fighting for the little man rather than supporting the big egos like he has some time before. With our entrance cut short, our intro, I did not get a chance to say I am Joe Dombrowski. Bring you the 5th annual IWC Night of Legends from Rocky Grove High School in Franklin, Pennsylvania. Always a much anticipated stop on my calendar year of travels in professional wrestling here in Franklin High School. Love the fans, love the atmosphere. Can't say I love the attitude of our dear promoter in recent weeks. His favoritism to Rowe, to Irish Airborne, and a number of others. But you gotta respect the abilities of John McChesney, and you even have to respect the abilities of Shane Taylor. who, by the way, is about 350 pounds plus if he's an ounce. Norm Connors had the temerity to introduce Shane Taylor at 215 pounds. Maybe on the moon with 1 foot on the scale, but I don't think so. And McChesney, undaunted. Shane Taylor in this match. When you run into Shane Taylor, it feels like Shane Taylor ran into you. But McChesney is not going to quit, and that's the John McChesney that made it to the top a number of years ago. That's the John McChesney that became the most resilient and tenacious athlete on our great roster. And that's the John McChesney that just sent 350 plus to the outside of the ring. And McChesney gonna fly suicide dive. The tope to the outside. And our capacity crowd at Franklin High School is loving it. Back in the ring for the worse for wear, and you can feel the momentum. Look out, cross body, but Taylor, all that mass, caught McChesney in midair. Fabulous one, elbows his way free to the side of the head, breaks the grasp of Shane Taylor, but Norm Connors, living up to his previous nickname of Notorious, trips up the leg. Norm, what has happened to you? And what's about to happen to you thanks to John McChesney? That may be the better question. Oh, but Rowe with a sucker punch. Caught McChesney coming around the bend. And there was nothing anybody could do about it. And Bobby Williams completely distracted by his boss of all people. Yeah, real smart. If you were smart, you'd give the fans what they wanted. You'd give them IWC champion Shiima Xion, but instead Shiima got so fed up, he signed with another organization. How smart is that? But Shane Taylor being very smart right now, slowing the pace of this matchup and grounding the quicker McChesney. Taylor sends McChesney for the ride, scoops him up and drives him down with a backbreaker. You can see the bend of John McChesney's back, and Shane Taylor
has elapsed in this bout 5 minutes.
Using all 350 to bend the back, the opposite way it's meant to go. Imagine that. Taylor with a bear hug cinch. Going to notice how he elevates McChesney off of the ground, at least for a moment, so McChesney had no leverage to get his footing and attempt to counter. One up by John McChesney. Follow through coming up, and Taylor caught him. It's like a little baby. Taylor has to have about 150 pounds on John McChesney right now. And that makes a huge, huge difference. And John McChesney is presently lifeless. 350-pound leg drop, nobody home. I'm not sure if it was instinct, I'm not sure what it was, but John McChesney is still alive. And for a man that survived Jake the Snake Roberts of all people last year in Franklin, you gotta believe there's not much that can keep McChesney down. And the key word was he did indeed survive. He didn't win, but by God, he was scared for his life. And he came out stronger because of it. the impact of those knife edges speak volumes. But McChesney just got a volume right outside the head and body. Shane Taylor, again, using that weight as an offensive weapon, and almost got the count of 3. John McChesney being willed to his feet, but doesn't see the animal approaching. But McChesney gets the feet up, mounts the top turnbuckle quickly. Huge elevation on the missile drop kick. Look at McChesney. He's feeling it. The energy, the emotion. John McChesney with a thrust kick into the cover, and McChesney gets the win. McChesney slays the giant, but Rowe, the former champion, the suplex machine, the emotionless assassin who took the first shortcut of his career when he sided with Norm Connor's crooked politics.
Last call, 50-50.
And now Rowe, Taylor, and Connors with a 3-on-1 assault, and that's more insult than injury. A paintbrush job by towards John McChesney. By Norm Connors. Here comes a whole host of individuals. Lumberjack, Leroux, Shiima, Xion hitting the ring. Brought some backup in the form of a local member of the Rocky Grove High School faculty, and the principal is certainly going to lay down some law here as well. And it looks like this may continue in the back. And Rowe is not going to let anybody mess with him. Rowe won't back down from the fight unless the boss tells him to. And that seems to be the case. What a chaotic series of events. To start off this
And the winner of this bout, fabulous John McChesney!
Amazing, chaotic series of events. To start out this broadcast, John McChesney, he gets some momentum leading into Super 88, defeating 350 plus of Shane Taylor. But what is going to happen with Norm Connor's backstage politics and the power struggle? What's going to happen when his suppressed superstars come back fighting? Wait a second, now what? That's Lord Zoltan, the legend from Bourbon Street, New Orleans, attacking Lumberjack Leroux, and this is spillover from a year ago when Zoltan and Abdul the Butcher got involved in a bloody and violent confrontation with Lumberjack Leroux and Wildfire Tommy Rich. Did somebody say something about getting fired up? Apparently Lord Zoltan did. And this isn't a match. Well, Zoltan just choking away at Lumberjack Leroux. I have no idea what in the world Lord Zoltan has on his head. But Zoltan just beating on the big Lumberjack. But he's a Lumberjack and he's okay. He'll sleep all night and he'll fight all day. And now what? No! J-Rock's back! We let J-Rock in the building. He got beaten by Lumberjack Leroux a year ago, and he's still salty about it. And J-Rock and Zoltan are apparently aligned. This night just keeps getting crazier. What is going to happen next? Lumberjack Leroux is laid out. J-Rock's aligned with Lord Zoltan. A year's worth of hostility spills over in our first segment. And I hope Lumberjack is okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following ladies attraction is set for one fall and 20-minute time limit. Introducing to you first, making her way around the ring, from Purgatory, she is Daffney.
The original Scream Queen of professional wrestling, a former WCW Cruiserweight champion. If you believe it or not, Daffney was on the winning end of a mixed tag match when she teamed with the new horror, Sami Callihan, to defeat Delirious and Daizee Haze. Tonight it's retribution, or so we hope, for Daizee Haze.
Her opponent comes from the edge of sanity. Please welcome Daizee Haze.
Well, it'll take more than flower power, crimson and clover, and incense and peppermints for Daizee Haze to overcome a very well-traveled and perhaps not quite gubernatorial Daffney. Daizee Haze was carelessly dropped on her head from behind by Sami Callihan in that mixed tag team matchup I spoke of a moment ago, and that is what led to Sami Callihan picking up the win, not by pinning Delirious, but by pinning about a 120-pound woman in Daizee Haze. That's nothing to be happy about. And Delirious will seek his revenge against Sami Callihan. May 15th, our first night of Super Indy 8, a non-tournament matchup. Delirious will meet Sami Callihan in a no disqualification matchup. And I am looking forward to watching Delirious get his hands on Sami Callihan then. But I'm looking even more forward to watching Daizee Haze get her hands on Daffney right now. Daffney is one of the toughest women that has ever stepped foot in a professional wrestling ring. But Daizee Haze is deceptively tough. Hello. Well, I don't think really tickling fits in with my description. However, we've seen Daizee Haze go toe-to-toe with women like Awesome Kong in the past. We've seen her wrestle men in IWC before. And she does possess a very lethal and dangerous heart punch that she has used here in the past. It's Daizee Haze in control of Daffney. Wrestles her to the canvas with a top wrist lock. I believe Daizee Haze would have, and I suppose we have more tickling-based offense. I'd give Daffney the advantage in a brawl. I'll give Daizee Haze the advantage in a technical wrestling contest. Whoever can dictate their specific strong pace may end up being the victor here this evening. Keep in mind, we have Sergeant Slaughter here going one-on-one with Kamala, the one-man gang, toe-to-toe with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Cowboy Bob Orton with Superfly Jimmy Snuka, in a match with WrestleMania 1 implications. I don't think Cowboy Bob Orton will be tickling Jimmy Snuka, but then again, I've been proven wrong before. And Daffney, I guess, looking to catch her wind, but not in the usual way a wrestler might try to. And now the chase is on. But Daffney makes things serious in a heartbeat with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker on Daizee Haze. Hard scoop and a slam. And Daffney raking the sole of the wrestling boot across the lovely facial features of Ms. Haze. Haze tries to battle back to her feet. I'm not sure where the male counterparts in this rivalry are. Crossbody kick out. Gotta believe they are applying their trade elsewhere in this great country. But you gotta believe Sami Callihan, and especially Delirious, gonna get a videotape or a DVD of this matchup. We've seen what happens with Delirious when Daizee Haze has been wrong before. We've seen in the past Dennis Gregory make some very disparaging, chauvinistic remarks towards Daizee Haze, and it really sent Delirious into, we have covered by Daffney, sent Delirious into a frenzy, and that's not to suggest that's not the norm for him, but really a level we haven't normally seen from Delirious. And one can only imagine how Delirious reacted once he watched back the tape from A New Beginning Woo and saw Daizee Haze drop squarely on the back of her head and neck. Delirious had his hands full with Elijah Burke, the former New Breed ECW extremist on Sci-Fi Network. The silver-tongued pugilist defeated Delirious and was able to qualify himself for Super Indy 8 May 15th and 16th at the Court Time Sports Center in Elizabeth as well. Great back and forth wrestling center of the ring as we have a cover attempt by Daizee Haze. Daffney escapes and presses the advantage and putting forth the brawling tactics. Daffney attempted a suplex, but notice Haze dropped down to one knee in an attempt to turn herself to dead weight and kill off Daffney's leverage. Successful thus far, but Daffney elevates her this time. Inside cradle by Haze. The cradle, no. Both women round and round. The shoulders not trapped enough to attempt any type of pinning combination. Ref Coulter, no clue what to do. I believe both women are maybe a bit dizzy right now, but we're back in a stalemate. Double clothesline, center ring. Daffney and Daizee are both down, and you're seeing a hard-fought women's contest here. It's certainly two fine-looking young women, but it's not all about looks. It's not all about cosmetics. It's about what you do inside the ring here in the International Wrestling Cartel. Look at the clothesline. Daizee Haze fires back. Haze is a deceptively strong striker. And Daffney got caught with a clothesline. Second time by Haze. Haze uses all of her own weight to drive Daffney down. Follow through. Daffney just got dropped.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
Daffney may have caught a straight elbow or a knee in the way of countering out of that monkey flip. Not really sure from my vantage point. Noted photographer Howard Kernatz at ringside capturing this documentation. And there's a missile drop kick by Daizee Haze. Very compact and very impactful. And this could be it. Cover hook of the leg. And Daffney barely gets the shoulder off the canvas. Not a very forceful kick out by Daffney. You can see a sign that fatigue is beginning to take its toll. Heart punch, that would have been all, but Daffney countered. And Daffney hits the credenza, and is that going to be it? I think this is all. No, Daizee Haze kicks out. Daizee Haze surviving Daffney's best at this point in time. And Daffney pressing forth, but Daizee Haze gets the foot up. Sunset flip. We got a cover, 2 and down near fall. Almost a count of 3. Daizee Haze, like the mark of a true professional. Heart punch coming up now. I believe she got the heart punch and plants Daffney face first. Drives her forward, and Daizee Haze gets a measure of revenge.
Here is your winner, Daizee
Well, Daizee Haze gets a measure of revenge. Despite the man that dropped her on her head, Sami Callihan, not being in attendance, Daizee Haze defeats the partner that reaped the benefits in Daffney. And May 15th, it's going to be Delirious and Sami Callihan. No disqualification. Daizee Haze can call up Delirious, and in that lizard tongue, she can oh so eloquently say she was the victor tonight in Frankfurt. of the evening.
What's up, Rockview High School? Is it Rockview or Rocky Grove? Yeah, I really don't even know. I mean, I really don't even care, you know? I went to Central Catholic High School in Pittsburgh. We didn't mess with Rocky Grove because they were way too low. So you know the principal here is definitely too low. Am I right? That's your husband. Well, someone, hey, you're hot too. And how you got a man like that? Look, a man sitting right beside you, look, Pops is hitting on you too. So, all you people come here to see a man from Pittsburgh, right? Did you? Let me hear you. Can I hear you over here? I hear you. How about over here? Not a legend. He got a hot wife, but he's not a legend. All right?
Virgil not making many friends thus far.
Like a boss move. Gotta go kiss your wife. What's going on over here?
I believe Virgil is a tad bit smitten.
Right here. Come on, we can go here, man. She got a real man. And she like her men in all colors. White, black, whatever, you know what I mean? If the man is good, he's good, right?
We're taking the offense! You're paying attention! Taking the offense! You're legend!
Sit down, Lumberjack. Back up off it. Relax.
Only about a 2.5-hour show. We could progress.
Come in, brother. Come on in, brother. Virgil! You might be from Pittsburgh, but you know what? We're from Franklin, Pennsylvania.
Looks like the Patriot rearranging some individuals here. We got some Kents. It's for the kids, man. It's for the kids. I believe that was the principal's wife leading on these children into a chant of USA, and certainly not what Virgil wanted. And Virgil wants no part of this matchup now. His momentum has been reduced to nothing. The former Vincent, the former Shane, the former Curly Bill, facing up a timeless attraction known as the Patriot. Once again backtracking. There's really not much more to say about this situation. The stage has indeed been set. And Virgil may walk off the stage. You may have a count out. Both Virgil and the Patriot have appeared on a couple of these Legends events in the past. We're on 8, by the way. Virgil slides in to break the count and right back out. And we start again. Will Virgil get into the ring? That is the question we are attempting to answer in this match. He's not safe outside the ring either because he's got a principal wielding a board who's rather upset that his wife was hit on. Patriot asking if we should see a handshake. Something tells me Virgil is none to be trusted. Virgil with a boot to the Patriot. Second time, and Virgil baited the Patriot in and then was able to capitalize. Right to the back, knife edge, chop Patriot, trying to shrug it off, but don't let the stalling tactics fool you. Virgil, very capable athlete in the ring, the only man to ever defeat Ted DiBiase to win the $1 Million Championship back in the year 1991. Patriot hammering away, but Virgil able to cut off that offense. Patriot doing what he can here, and that Virgil stalling really took the crowd out of this matchup. The same crowd that was yelling USA at the top of their lungs not 5 minutes ago, but now the crowd starts again. Thanks to our principal ringside, and there's a jawbreaker by Virgil.
Pittsburgh Rowe! Pittsburgh Rowe!
Virgil hangs up the Patriot's throat on that second ring cable. That's tightly enforced.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
The rope is going to win out over the Patriot's throat, that's for sure. Patriot hammering away. Time to count along with the heart of America. Patriots and Virgil win. Virgil gets the foot off. And a back elbow. Virgil breaks the shoe across the Patriot. And steam here, Virgil charging in. And drops all that weight across the Patriot's back. And again, driving that throat right into the second ring. Virgil now has Patriot on the outside. Scratching, clawing away at the Patriot. A slow, methodical pace. Virgil is not pretty, but he's effective. That is for sure. Virgil has the Patriot in a very precarious position and drives the head. A very, very judgmental call by Stephen Tolt. He asked me that should have been disqualification. And Virgil pressing the advantage. Patriot begins to battle back. Hard rights. Virgil looks to the ride, but the boot perfectly placed to the midsection, maybe up around the shoulder as well. And just like that, the Patriots' comeback has been halted. Virgil, you can just hear the grasp of pain, the outcry from the Patriot over what he's taken so far in this match. Virgil slips in a reverse chin lock. The crowd coming alive for the Patriot. Will it be enough to will him on? Again, Virgil with a clothesline, just the right point in time. Virgil drops the fist. Gonna measure him one more time. And drives down again. Crowd once again on the side of the Patriot. has a chair. This will be disqualification. Well, check this out. Principal trying to enforce the law here. He grabs the chair. And Patriot from behind. Appropriately enough, a schoolboy. Thanks to the principal. And this match is over. The Patriot wins. Big time win for the man who for a night hails from Franklin, Pennsylvania. With the head of the school by his side, the Patriot defeats the evil Virgil, and plenty more Legends matches are still to come. They're just going to get bigger and just going to get better.